So let me tell you a little bit about this boat because basically I don't want to sand or work hard this weekend because it's Christmas. This is a 1957 Lone Star cruise liner. It started in the late 40s when a company called Lone Star Boat Company popped up in Texas. They built riveted aluminum boats when wood boats still ruled. The boats were light and tough and easy to tow for folks like us, fishermen and families and weekend lake people that just loved them. They came with two-tone paint and chrome trim and windshields that looked like cars. The boats felt like modern for their time. It was post-war optimism. The lakes were bigger. Families were just piling out into the water. But how did I get into this mess? Well, that's a good question because I never thought in my life I'd built some giant aluminum boat. But then I got into shrimping and I realized I need light and fast and somewhere I could spend the night when I go shrimping. So why not find something like this versus some 300 horse machine that just dominates the water? And this can get towed with anything you can think of. So I stumbled onto this Lone Star cruise liner because I was big into aluminum boats when I was younger. Because my grandfather had gifted me a 12-foot Lone Star when I was probably 12 years old. And I built that boat 3 times. Thank God there was no internet back then because there would be way too much evidence to see what I did with that thing. But we duck hunted out of that 100 days of the season, solid. It went from a trolling motor and a paddle boat to a 18-horse 1958 Evinrude, which was all I could afford at the time. And then I found this boat because I figured if you can build the smallest boat in the fleet, well, then you could probably build the biggest boat in the fleet. So I learned how to change transoms and do rivet work and all that dirty stuff on that little tiny boat, which you see here. Learn how to paint them and flip them and fix all the dents and scratches, hide all the scars from the past. And this one that you see here now, I built for my sister, which is now at her house. And that's my son when he was much smaller. So apparently I like to build boats at Christmas. But one thing I've learned about these little aluminum boats, you can lay a nice resin composite transom and throw some paint on them and some seats that can look brand new. And with a little bit of effort, you can turn something into a mighty machine.